So if we have to see the meaning of the word varna, varna actually, si nous prend very literal meaning, okay, very literal meaning, varna means color, right? So previously we were, nous faire discrimination based on color. Previously we had two class, you can say, two races or two varnas or two castes, you can say, right? And they were white and black. Varna meaning color, and this refers to the white and black system, right? And well, in South Africa we had the problem of apartheid, right? We have also, Mahatma Gandhi. I'll talk about it. Mahatma Gandhi, who was he lived in South Africa to work for Indians there. To work for them. Why to work for them? Because there was discrimination. Even Gandhi, he faced discrimination in a train when he was traveling in a train. I'll explain about it, right? So when we say white and black, it is all based upon the color of the skin, right? If we had a society previously that if you were white, we were given privilege, which is bien privilégié, right? So we were allowed to do many things, to enter all places. But if we were black, we were not allowed. Surtout in South Africa, they faced a big problem because of the color of the skin. They faced discrimination, what you call apartheid. There was that problem there. Now, one example you can use in your answer here is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, he went to South Africa for a few years, of course. C'est pas qu'il vive whole life there. He went to South Africa where he was offered a case there. So when he went there, he lived with some Indians, with some people, and then he came to realize that the Indians were facing discrimination because of their color of their skin. Even Gandhi, he faced this problem of discrimination. He was traveling on a train. He paid for a first-class cabin ticket. So, of course, he can enter because he has the ticket. But when he entered it, the British, the white, they pushed him out of the first-class cabin of the train. Just So, yes, we were taking the example of Mahatma Gandhi, where he was thrown out from the first-class cabin of the train because of the color of the skin. So he stayed there. He worked for the Indians there for them to get their dignity, their rights. Ils n'ont pas pu vivre là-bas comme ça, même they were working there, right? They were contributing in the economy of the country. So he fought, and Gandhi founded, or you can say established, the Satyagraha movement in India. Gandhi a fait un movement qui s'appelle Satyagraha. Sorry. He founded that movement in South Africa, not India, in South Africa. And then when he returned to India after those incidents there in Africa, when he returned to India, l'amène movement Satyagraha in India as well, because in India also there were these discriminations, right? Donc, Le premier point ici, as what I was saying, is varna, meaning color, right? Color of the skin. And this leads us to the problem of white and black. Maintenant, varna, if we have to look for the meaning itself, là où c'était literal meaning. Varna comes from the Sanskrit root vri. Vri means to choose or to select. What do we choose? What to choose? Qui nous choisirait? We choose our profession. Longtemps, when we were saying white and black people, dans Maurice aussi, nous disons c'est un nom blanc. Fait que maintenant, une compagnie, IBL, for example, qui nous dit pour blanc, sa compagnie. It means they are rich, right? They are well-to-do, they have businesses, they are very rich, right? Mais quand on dit black, usually, nous cause peut-être par servants and all laborers. That was the notion, right? Donc, varna comes from the word vri. Vri means to choose or to select. Remember this meaning. Maybe you can get a question to write this. Okay. Ou bien varna meaning color as well. So, what do we choose? We choose our profession. All of us here, you are all studying. One day you are going to choose your profession. Based on the profession that you have, based on your profession, we will be classified in a particular varna, or we call it caste for now, malgré qu'il y a une différence entre varna et caste, but let's use it as translation, right? Donc, when we choose our profession, we are classified in a particular varna, in a particular caste, right? I refer to your book now. Varna, you see, varna system was designed to promote harmonious working and living in society. Donc, qui fait un varna system, c'est it was made, it was designed so that we can promote harmonious working and living in the society. That is to promote harmony, et non plus to do discrimination, not to consider people superior nor inferior. So the very purpose, remember well, the very purpose of establishing ou bien designing the caste system or the varna system, c'était to promote harmonious working and living in the society. Or you can say just for the proper functioning of the society. That's why the caste system or the varna system was designed, right? I continue. So here it is, varna means color, etc. Now, the interpretation here is to choose the choice of vocation, means what you are going to do later on. Now, see this important thing. Varna is a classification of human beings. We classify by human beings according to their profession, to their vocation, according to their talents, right? Fait comment dire, un dimon bien, very good in protecting. Peut-être il peut faire un travail comme a soldier, a policeman or something, right? So varna is a classification of human beings on the basis of their temperament, tendencies, of innate qualities. Now, when we are choosing our profession, we choose, peut-être pas pour réaliser, mais les comme ça, we choose our profession based on our temperament, or what we call that innate quality. I'll give you one example based on our temper. This is what, in terms of Hinduism, we call that the gunas. We have 3 gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. So based on that, you will see you are going to choose your profession. If someone, beaucoup colère, let's take like Arjun. Colère, li pas capable face injustice, tolerate injustice happening. Et li capable, if someone is doing something wrong, maybe he can be physically violent as well, or verbally violent. Can we make such a person a teacher? Pas vraiment. We can't do that. Sinon, tous enfants, bien sûr, pas dormir l'hôpital. We can't do that. But such a person can become a soldier. Such a person can become a police, can become a warrior, bodyguard, whatever. Parce que il y a some temperament là, il y a some qualities là. So you will see, based on your qualities, you are going to decide your profession. It comes, ne pas vraiment réaliser quand on fait choose profession, but this is how it is. And the monde qu'il y en a beaucoup tamas dans les monde qui pour un travail bien facile, mais li aussi kind of, he's not going to work. We have lots of people like this, they don't work. Maybe they beg. Bon, peut-être il y en a du monde beg for a right purpose, vraiment they need it. I'm not talking about them, but we have people, they can work, but they don't, right? Because the puena and temperament of tamas. So based on the 3 gunas, we choose our profession. I continue. This one, après nous pourquoi sur ça, about jati and varna. We'll talk about it later on. Now, this, please, if you have your book with you, please underline it or whatever you have to, or you will highlight. You use that in your work, especially in 10 marks question. According to Professor Robson, these were scholars, intellectuals. Color was the origin of caste system. What I was just explaining to you, varna meaning color, white and black. So you can quote here what Professor Robson has said, that color was the origin of caste system, right? He believed that caste system started when the Aryans came to India. So when the Aryans invaded India, were living in India. The Aryans, they were usually the white, pas British, pas European. They were Indians même, mais c'est bien clair, right? So according to Professor Robson, this caste system started from here, based on color, right? But original inhabitants of India, la plupart, the dans nous complexion. We are actually in black complexion. Bien sûr, peut-être nous pas noirs as such, but même nous bruns ou brunes, we are considered black, right? Comme on peut dire, oui, c'est plutôt ban Asian, ban asiatique we are talking about. So here was the problem of white and black, why I just said. Most modern scholars have rejected the view of Professor Robson. Robson said no, que The caste system originated from the color of the skin. Mais la plupart des scholars sont pas d'accord of what Professor Robson has been saying. Right? So it is said that if caste system was based on color or complexion, then there would have been only two castes, logique, is des castes, black or white. But the scriptures, comment dire it? Scriptures, say two scripture of every religion, of all religion. They talk about four castes. Pas seulement Hinduism talk about four castes. Not only the Vedas and Bhagavad Gita, but other scriptures as well. They talk about four castes. So we have four castes, or what you call varna. We have four varna, and as you know, they are the four varnas: the Brahman, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, and the Shudra. Bien sûr, les autres religions ne peuvent pas appeler avec ça terme-là, maybe other terms, but they mean the same thing, right? So these are the four varnas. Remember them, okay? And you should remember them in the same order. Divisés dans same order. Why? I'll tell you. So you have the Brahmanas. Brahmanas. Brahmans means the sages, the priests, teachers, all related to knowledge, intellect, to Putomda Brahman. Then we have Kshatriyas. They are warriors, or you call them protectors, you call them police, soldiers, whatever. Those who have physical strength. Then we have the Vaishya. Vaishya is not the Vaishya, kinafil prostituta. Vaishya means business persons. Those who do import, export, trade, those who have connection with money. Et quatrièmement, c'est Shudras, those who do manual work. We have the servants, we have laborers, tout ça. They are the Shudras, right? So we have the four castes as per our scriptures. In this new scripture right now, we have four castes, and these are the four castes. So you remember them in the proper order. Why do we remember in the proper order? You just think about a man. Okay, you have your head, you have your arms. Tout vient dans order là, non? Si nous prenons depuis là-haut, nous parlons en bas, nous là, mais pas trouve là-haut, là, nous gagnons la tête, of course. We have the head, we have the arms, we have the belly, ou bien the thigh, nous la jambe, and then we have the feet. So it comes in, they come in a order, right? So the Brahmins, it is said that, okay, I put it here plutôt. In the Purusha Sukta of the Rig Veda, it has been said that the Brahmins came from the head of the Purush, from the head. Parce que quand nous cause head, nous cause mind, nous cause l'esprit, intellect, right? So remember God having a form now as a man. Remember, think about God like this. So from the head of God, we got the Brahmins. From the arms, from the arms of Brahman, we got Kshatriyas, right? Of God, we got Kshatriyas. And Vaishyas, from the belly. At times, you will say in some places from the thighs of, okay? Or you can write whichever you want. Usually we say from the belly parce que business, food, money, tout ça. And then Shudras, they come from the feet of God, of the Purush of God, right? You remember this properly. Brahman, they come from the head of God. Kshatriya from the arms of God. Vaishya from the belly, ou bien thighs of God. Shudras from the feet of God, right? So we come from, the thing is, we come from one God. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4 gods, no? We have only one God. We come from one God. So we should do no discrimination. No one is superior and no one is inferior. Ne pas qu'à dire ce qui sorti from the feet of God is inferior. Those who came from the head of God, they are superior. It's never that. Parce que quand nous cause God, si nous prenons God as a man, as a human body, like having a human body, each part of the body gain and purpose. Or we can say only our head is important. Our head can't take us to Port Louis if we have to go to Port Louis. Our feet will take us to Port Louis. Right? If you have the food, we need the hands to eat, to cut, to wash, to cook, whatever it is. Right? So each of them, they are important. And based on that, we can't consider one to be inferior or the other to be superior. We can't do discrimination based on that. But yes, discrimination exists. It exists. In India, especially if we talk about India, it exists, discrimination. Even in our country, in the Hindu society, this discrimination among these castes exists, right? It is unfortunate because don't forget our purpose of the varna system, say for the proper functioning of the society. Let's say tomorrow, all of us will become teachers. Will the society function? No. The Maurice today, everyone will become teacher. Society won't function. Parce que nous pouvons, let's say, ban invaders. We need protection. What will we eat if people will not do business? Our country depends mainly on import. What will happen if no one will clean the road and all? So each of us, we have a work to do so that the society, so that the country can progress, can function. And when we are all working, we all contribute to the economy of the country. Pas ça head qui passe dans la banque qui gagne beaucoup casse, qui gagne 500 000 par mois, là, c'est pas quoi. Not only he is the one, he or she is the one to contribute in the economy. Every one of us contribute in the economy. So no one is superior and no one is inferior. We are equal. Parce que, une raison bien simple, nous disons nos enfants bon Dieu, nous tous nos enfants bon Dieu. Our parents do not do discrimination. Est-ce que nos parents, s'il y en a des enfants, ils donnent un manger, ils pas donnent l'autre à manger? Peut-être as punishment, at times it may happen. Parfois, ben, parents fait. But ideally, ben, toi, tu n'as pas pour bien manger, c'est l'autre là pour bien manger. No, it's not like that. Right? So, God, for us, nous, comment dire, we are children of God. So, we are all created by God, irrespective of our work that we do. Right? So with that, I come to the point that varna is not based on birth. Varna is not based on birth. Let's say if my father is a Brahman, and I have taken birth there. And will I call myself a Brahman? No, I'm not a Brahman. Maybe let's say I do business. My father is a Brahmin, is a teacher, but I do business. Est-ce qu'il peut toujours appeler moi un Brahman? No. I will be a Vaishya. So, Varna is never based on birth. You know, quand nous dit le mot jati, peut-être je ne te demande pas dit, tu la parler. Jati, kon jat ke hoye and all. So, jati, c'est quoi jati? Jati veut dire caste. Ki caste tu étais, based on birth. But if you see the word varna, varna veut dire to choose. You choose your profession. Varna is not jati. Il y a une différence entre varna et jati. Jati, c'est une social structure qui nous donne, right? Que nous fair discrimination. Comme si in India, when there will be marriage, they are going to ask their jati. From this jati, they won't get married to you. But that if you are lower jati, they are upper jati. But the point here is varna is not based on birth. It is based on qualities or on profession that we choose, right?